Good afternoon, morning, or night. This is the TruExact show with my friend Brian.
Hello.
Again, he's going to be a guest on this one. We are rocking the Charlie Conway Mighty Duck jersey and the Gunner Stahl Team Iceland jersey, courtesy of my brother, who decided to get me good jersey gifts over the years. Which one do you think fits better, Brian? This one?
I don't know. That one's
It's
such a good one though.
Yeah, but you know, I realized when we went to Chicago for St. Patty's Day, I wore this and everyone had it.
Yeah.
It was very
Didn't we see someone with a Bash Brothers one?
Yeah, they had a bunch of jerseys of the
Yeah.
Mighty Ducks. So it was kind of like, oh, I'm not that special in a big city of Chicago wearing the same jersey.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the Gunner Stahl one's a little better, but it's Team Iceland.
You thought you stood out with that.
Yeah, and I didn't at all. And I also almost pissed myself on one of those Chicago
Literally
buses.
one
Yeah.
of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Very
the
close.
fastest I've ever seen anyone move off of a trolley in my life, and this is the fastest first to third runner I've ever met.
Yeah, fastest first or third runner in the history of stickball. This show, what we're going to do, just really quick, it's not going to be long. Well, Brian's going to be doing his own show, which we posted up already, called Random University, so decided to have him on. We're going to just explain how, at our age now, how the New Year's have changed. For instance, do you remember 12 years ago, 13 years ago, we were going to parties, staying up all night, and you guys used to go to open bars, was it?
Oh my God, yeah. I remember we used to, New Year's used to be like really a whole thing. Like we'd have to start planning it out in like October.
Yeah.
To where like, all right, what are we going to do for New Year's? Let's try to find deals at like hotels where you could stay for the night, and then they had like some sort of open bar and dinner and like a DJ type thing. But those were fun. Like I had a really good time at those. I remember one of the best ones was when we went to AC. And we
I was
stayed
there.
at the
Was I there?
we stayed at the Chelsea.
Yeah, some guy was like passed out in the hallway,
Yeah.
like, and his phone was next to him, and nobody stole it. It's just crazy.
Shocking.
Yeah, his back probably hurt so much. He was like asleep on the steps.
Yes.
Like, I didn't like that one too much just because, like, I don't know. I think what happened was, this always reverts back to this. The Cowboys lost the night before to the Redskins. Romo threw an interception on a Sunday night.
Have you ever heard that Hannibal Buress bit where he bases bits of time around sporting events?
No, but it's my life.
Like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like he does this thing. He's like his sister's like friend or something was in an abusive relationship, and she got beat for like 14 years or something like that. And he was like, "Wait, what were the years she was getting beat from?" And she's like, "I don't know, from 02 to like 16 or something like that." And she's like, "Wait a minute, she was getting beat the whole time Kobe was on the Lakers?"
It's true though.
When he took Brandy to the prom.
That's actually
like,
true.
It's so funny.
That's how I base my life.
He's like Susha or what the fuck's that guy's name? Susha Vujicic.
Sasha
Vujicic.
I think he was on the Knicks for a little bit too.
Sasha Vujicic came and left, and she was still getting beat.
The guy's probably got 3 rings like Adam Morrison.
Yeah.
But so New Year's in AC, that was open bar for a little bit. But like you were saying, we used to stay up and like watch the ball drop, and like looking back on it, I don't understand why I ever gave a shit about the ball dropping. I hate it.
We're essentially celebrating one rotation around the sun.
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't make sense.
I just don't belong in the world anymore. I hate everything. I hate the shows that are on during this whole event. I hate the countdown. I hate the fucking people in New York who wait for 12 hours and piss in their own pants.
Did you see the thing that Gronk did with Steve
Harvey
Oh my
Legos.
God, what a maniac. He goes, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
It's hard to find the brown Legos, which if you think about it, I never seen a brown Lego.
No, never.
That's actually true.
But they had a whole thing like whether he was serious or not.
It probably wasn't. It was probably set up. They're trying to make Gronk this like WWE star, I think. And like working on it
They don't have to
throughout
try.
the network.
Guy's
Yeah,
a maniac.
yeah, he's a psycho. CTE really hitting him hard there. But so I hate all the shows. I hate the countdown. You know what I did for New Year's? I watched The Twilight Zone, and I got sick actually. I was in bed at like 10 o'clock, and we were watching The Twilight Zone, and like we both passed out, and I guess we woke up and it was 12:07. And I was like, "Give me the remote," and I just turned the TV off.
Happy New Year, good night.
Yeah, like and to think like we used to care, but did we care or were we just younger? Are we like the old person in the room now, or is it just like this sucks?
Well, I think it's more like when we were younger. It's just a reason to like go
Get
out and
drunk.
party. Like
Yeah.
you're just gonna get drunk.
It's like
a
St.
bi-
Pat's Day.
Yeah,
We're
it's
not
just
Irish.
it's a big night. Yeah, nobody gives a shit. But it's like everybody goes out. It's a reason to go to like a huge party or whatever, and then by 1, 2 in the morning, everyone's passing out. But at least you had fun. You're a little hungover the next day. But see, the thing is, drinking now has so many more
Effects.
Shitty effects to it. I mean, you're fucked up for a week.
Yeah.
Like you really don't get well for a week.
Yeah, especially too, like, it's not even the headaches I care about that much, it's the drogginess. Like, my body takes forever to just recover. Like, I feel like if I don't, and the worst is not moving around. Like, if I drink on a Friday, I have to go play basketball on a Saturday to sweat things out, or I would just lay around and
Yeah, but
die.
even just the even motivation to get up and do that, like,
it's like writing a 5-page paper. You gotta start the first paragraph and then you're good. But to sit there on the blank screen and be like, I don't want to type this.
just watching the cursor click, like, fuck you.
And then like, you never did the intro right, but you were okay with the C. So like the introduction, it'd be like, wait, so 5 sentences in a paragraph? All right, I got 4. And it was like, this is a C paper. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with this, whatever.
Hang it up on the fridge.
As long as it gets done.
What age do you think it became like in 06, 07, I remember going down to this kid Dom's like Del Val house and we would party.
I remember that.
So like, that was like the New Year's I enjoyed. Like, so we were 21, not even
21
maybe
or
20,
22.
20 even maybe.
I think we might have been 19 or 20.
So like those are fun. Like I'm trying to think like at what age, like it's not even being in a relationship or not, because like I've been in a relationship 11 years now, 10 years. So even when we were together going out, it was still fun at like 24, 25, and we would do the hotel thing.
Yeah.
Like at what age did it hit you where you were just like, I don't give a shit about New Year's? I know that when I moved out and moved in with my girlfriend at the time, who's not my wife, we sat in that New Year's and just watched, like, cooked appetizers ourselves and just watched the show, and I didn't care. I was happy with not being out. So was it like 28? 27?
Yeah, I think it was like 27 or 28. It was just like, you know what happened? One year it was just like, because everyone would always send that text in like late October, early November, like, hey, does anybody want to do anything for New Year's? And like, there would always be like, I think Sean was the one to kind of initiate it always. And then when he didn't, it was like, all right, is anyone else going to take it over? And then everyone was kind of like, nah,
It also
I don't really
sucked
feel
too
like
because
it.
like you need a house to go to, and if no one was willing to throw a New Year's party, you weren't doing shit. And like you'd throw feelers out like to people you knew at a house. What are you doing for New Year's?
Hey, what's your plans for New Year's?
And then when they text back, nothing. What are your plans?
How about
and
you?
then you just ignore them. It was like texting like a girl like when you were drunk. Hey, what's up? And if they'd say nothing, just at home, you'd be like lame.
At 3 a.m.
Like, what'd you expect?
It's 2:27 in the morning, and you're coming out, hey, babe, what's up? Nothing. Nothing, I'm just sleeping.
No, but you're right, though. It's not an event anymore for older people, but we might be at the point, it's kind of like a Halloween, right? So, like, Halloween sucked as a kid. I hated it, like, from 13 to 20.
How do you hate free candy?
It's because they made you exercise for it. It's true. Go walk 6 miles for candy.
The fuck that.
This makes no sense. I have it at home. I'm handing it out. You're giving away my candy. Like, I was onto that real young. So I was fat, probably.
I got all this free candy here. Look at those suckers out there.
Turn the lights off, Ma. Nobody's home. We're out of Pez.
Who gives out Pez? Individual Pez.
No, but it could be like a Halloween thing with New Year's. Like, maybe you hit an age, because when you have kids and stuff, you're kind of like over the New Year celebrating, but maybe when your kids grow up and move out, you're back to like 60 years old and you want to do the New Year's again. Kind of like, remember Halloween you got back into when you were able to drink and go to the bars for Halloween.
Oh my God.
But you never really cared about Halloween in high school. Like, you didn't care.
I remember the year.
Now I'm back to hating Halloween, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, if you, at this point, you only get a certain window for things. Like, you can, at like what, 21, you could start dressing up for Halloween again and going out to the bars. But what I was going to say is, there's like there's a resurgence kind of as you age. 'Cause it's so funny. I talked to my dad the day after New Year's,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, what'd you do last night?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I was in bed at like 10 o'clock."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you didn't
my fake franchise to a Madden Super Bowl.
you didn't see the ball drop?" And I was like, "No, I didn't watch it. I'm not like there was nothing to do. Nobody did."
Do you
anything.
understand how anticlimactic one thing is that's watched around the world other than the ball drop? Like seriously, it's done, and then you're like,
yeah, it's like it's all right, it's over. But at this point, they should start doing something a little more exciting. Like,
yeah, it's all the same nonsense too, and like these shows are so. It's just horrible. Like I watched like the CNN one with like Anderson Cooper, and then like they followed Patti LaBelle through her house. I watched like 6 minutes of it, and she was going over stuff she made for New Year's, and like they had a plate and they were eating it, and they were like, "This is so
it's just
good."
nothing better to do.
Yeah, like who cares? Have her perform. Like why do I need to see what she cooked?
Sing a song while you eat that risotto.
Yeah. Oh. God, it's just this is real good, and isn't it? Like it was shit you were gonna say, Anderson. Like you were gonna say, sorry, Patty.
Well, I mean, there's only so many ideas you can have
guess.
for like a.
Well, then the
New
show
Year's
shouldn't be
show.
7 hours. It should be an hour countdown. They have to fill 7 hours of a countdown.
You could
show.
just look at it at 5 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
oh, there's 5 minutes. There's 1 minute left.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the countdown now.
Yeah, everyone take their glasses and drink your Colt juice. Make sure your head's near a pillow, because this is the last drink you're ever take.
Enjoy it. Yeah, but what I was saying though is like you kind of have a resurgence because my dad was like, "Oh, you didn't go anywhere," and I was like, "No," and I was like, "Oh, what did you do?" And he's like, "Oh, we went to this New Year's Eve party and this and that. We were up till like 2 a.m." And I was like, "Wait a minute,
You're
60."
Yeah.
Wait, and I think it's a whole thing. And sorry, Dad, if you watch this, I think when your time's running out.
Oh my god. No, that's when you realize you're mortal.
Yeah. Well, I haven't realized my mortality yet.
Yeah, well, I guess.
As I walk out and I'm struck by lightning.
It is raining out. Maybe we'll have a resurgence and like it more. But yeah, I'm over it. Like I wonder if people our age are still doing that. Like going
There has
out,
to be
like,
people out there.
I'd love to hear this.
There's-
I know Eric.
Listen, there's people our age still playing softball.
There's people our age still who
And
still
taking it
think
seriously.
who still think wrestling's real. Yeah, going to work. Can you believe the Undertaker lost on WrestleMania? Yeah, it's fucking planned. Like
I can't believe it.
But there's 20-0 records done.
They ruined it.
Yeah, fucking nerds. Ah, you're right. Maybe we'll get back to it one day and have a fun resurgence. But I know Eric and then went to South Carolina, so if I get Eric on, I'm interested to see how that culture down there differs from up here.
That's a little different though, because it's like you're actually like that was a plan to go somewhere to see a friend.
Yeah.
It's going to see Bob, so it's like, all right, it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna go to so and so's house.
Yeah.
You know, down the street. You have to plan the whole thing out, and he probably had a plan for when they got down there, where they were gonna go. So it's like that I could see that's worth doing. That's like an experience rather than just like, oh, we're all going to so and so's house.
Yeah. Well, now you get to the point you just count down the hours of things when you get to places you don't want to be. Like if you go to a wedding and like you don't want to be there, you're like, let's get this dinner out. Like, come on, we got like an hour before cake. And like if you're not drinking too, it's just like.
But you know what? It's like it's so weird that why is it just not socially acceptable to say
get up
no?
and leave.
Like I'm not gonna go. Like
yeah.
you have this weird like moral contract with people that you have to be at
nice.
something. It's not but you know what? It's not even being nice. Like if I mean I wouldn't have not gone to any one of your weddings.
But just like a random person, like you haven't like.
Yeah, like I mean, if it's like a.
What window do you give? I haven't talked to you in, so I'm not going. How long?
I mean.
Or I see you blank a year, so I'm. not going.
Yeah. I think I
Twice?
see you twice a year. I don't really need to go to your wedding, you know. And
Anyone
it's
who's listening who thinks they want to invite Brian to a wedding,
I'm not going.
Might as well not waste any money on your invitation because he's not fucking coming. So what do you think then, to end this, what do you want to go away from, like a fad that was in 2019 that you hope doesn't come into 2020?
Fad? I mean...
Mine is, I'll be simple, taking photos of your fucking food before eating it, and posting it everywhere. That's mine. That could be a fad for 5 years, but it's the most annoying thing of all time. Just eat your fucking food.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I mean, I think just to kind of piggyback off that a little bit, just the photos of everything, like do you really need to fucking share every single goddamn thing that you do?
I don't have any like network. I don't have Instagram or anything, so I don't know how many times people share things. So like, how bad is it?
It's just fucking obnoxious at this
Like
point.
when someone's in the drive-thru at Wendy's, things like
not
who
even
needs
that. To tell you the truth, I would be more accepting of that. I think one of the most ridiculous things that people share is when your grandparents or an old relative is in the fucking hospital and they take a picture of their fucking hand holding the fucking half dead hand. Like,
I've never seen that.
It's everywhere,
constantly,
all the time.
Wait, someone's dying and like
Someone's
that's our last
in a
moment
hospital
together?
bed and they're like, please pray for my grandma or my grandpa, and it's like, did you really need to fucking share that with
It's kind
everyone?
of depressing.
Yeah. It is. Like, not saying that I want anything to happen to anyone's relatives or like, as part of life, I understand, but like, do you think that they want like that?
Yeah.
Like, they want their hand on the fucking, oh, this is for my Instagram. Who the fuck needs to see that?
Yeah.
Oh, but then people give the whole thing of like, oh, but I'm sharing my entire life, and it's like, well, keep some things to yourself.
Society's fault though. It's not their
100%.
fault. It's society for accepting it.
Yeah,
there should
but
be more outcry against it, and then people wouldn't do it. But there's more people who like think it's beautiful and allow it.
It's fucking disgusting.
I mean, I don't take pictures of dead people, so
I
don't know. There is a door down in this basement that hasn't been opened since we moved in. So there's a
Could be bodies in there.
there's a celebratory wreath on it right now. Could be where it could be like the lead to a cold case.
It's keeping the demons in.
All right, well that's it. Have a happy New Year, Brian. Is there anything else you want to say?
Happy New Year. Oh my God.
Jeez.
Have a happy New Year, and don't post pictures of your dead relatives' hands.
I concur. Goodbye.